Legal aid as a strategic pillar to building a bankruptcy practice. Not what most people would think about, but it's a little different here. Chad, how you doing?
I'm great, Phil. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Chad, I want to talk about the numbers. So first of all, you got a heart. Like your parents raised you in a way where it's not all about the money, but you know what they say? When you put stuff out, it comes back tenfold. You were the past chair of the Broward County Legal Aid Service, right? You fund scholarships with NSU. Your students have given pro bono hours provided by your 184 students, 29,175 hours, 380 pro bono cases handled, 250 plus Chapter 13 bankruptcy filings. And you've had 184 students graduate between 2023-25. Can you help me unpack this? I've seen you grow from 50 retains a month to 400 retains last month. Just help us unpack this.
Yeah, well, I think you nailed it. I had great mentorship. My mom obviously instilled some values in me. My grandfather, my godmother, my family, everybody around me. That I got in this, and people say it's cliche. I got in this to make a difference in the world, and I saw the power of bankruptcy. I saw how it changes people's lives. Believe it or not, I'm an old man now. I remember the Great Recession, and that's when I started my career. And we were able to save so many people's homes and get people out of what the situation that they were in. And I just became passionate about it from the beginning. We have a pro bono coordinator. Laverne's been with me for pretty much a decade. We've been fortunate to win pretty much every legal aid award in Broward County, which is fantastic. We don't do this for the awards. We really do it to make a difference in people's lives. And just when you walk down the street and these people come up to you, it's like, hey, you helped save our family business. Hey, you helped save our house. Like you changed our lives. And we're actually doing a very, very small part in that we're giving people hope. We're giving people the opportunity. Then they have to run with it, which sometimes that's all they need is they need that spark. They need somebody to believe in them, somebody to put a plan together that they can execute. Because especially nowadays, I mean, people are just so beat down. It's hard for them to put one foot in front of the other. And especially the people that are going to legal aid or need the pro bono service, sometimes they think that nobody cares about them. And why would they?
Yeah.
So when they go on social media or they Google something or use their chat GPT and it says, wait, what is this pro bono help? And there's these pro bono honor students that are actually willing to care about me, who I might think that I'm a nobody and why would anybody care about me? That's all they need to say, you know what? All right, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to better my career. I'm going to make more money and I'm going to work to save my house, save my family or whatever it is. So it really is inspiring.
It's daunting for these debtors. I mean, it's hard for a debtor that has a job, right? It's and is making money to make a call to a debtor attorney. I mean, for someone who's really tight, I mean, extremely tight, and I'm not talking the normal debtor, I'm talking someone who has to go to legal aid. It's even more daunting because it's like, why would anyone want to talk to me? Right? Like someone who's gonna pay something, it's okay, great. The bankruptcy attorneys will make some money. But it's a big lift for them to make that first call, which is the spark, like you mentioned. So how does this work with these students? Tell me about NSU. Tell me how you sponsored these students. How did you build that out?
I always wanted to give back to my school as well. And I wanted to come up with a partnership. And it was never the right opportunity. Like we talked about entrepreneurship, which I love entrepreneurship. And unfortunately, many law schools out there don't necessarily teach the business of law. It's more of how to be a lawyer, how to think like a lawyer. So I was working with the entrepreneurship, but that partnership really, for some reason, it didn't really get it going for me. So then one time they reached out to me with this idea. They said, we know you're huge in pro bono. We have a minimum requirement of pro bono hours, which I believe is 25 or 50 hours. But obviously we want to exceed that. And we would love for you to partner up and we can come up with these levels, gold, silver, bronze level recognition, and 250 hours being the top, the gold, which I couldn't imagine. I went to law school at night. I couldn't imagine giving 250 hours of pro bono services while going to law school.
That's a
Is
lot of wow.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
And these students, when they come out, they're just, I'm telling you, I love seeing it on their resumes as well, because some of them afterwards, I've hired them.
Mm.
And I love seeing that they're putting that on their resume because it does matter. And those hours, and they probably have no idea while they're doing it how important it is to the individuals they're helping. Because going back to something you said, many of the people that cannot afford a lawyer, unfortunately, are not educated that there is something called pro bono lawyers out there, and they still think, "I can't talk to a lawyer. I'm broke, and lawyers are expensive." That's what you hear. Lawyers are expensive. Lawyers are
Mm.
expensive. Well, I think, and I'm seeing it with the next generation, that lawyers don't have to be expensive. If you need legal help, you should get legal help wherever you are, not just in a criminal trial, but bankruptcy, family law, and that's what legal aid does. But legal aid gets overwhelmed as well because obviously their budget isn't unlimited. So you need the private sector to come in and partner up with it, and that's exactly what my firm has done. And the other thing that it does is it attracts the right people to come work at Van Horn Law Group. And I've had attorneys, I've had paralegals, I've had legal assistants, I've had secretaries where I know they have had a better offer on paper than what we were offering them. And they went with us because the pro bono efforts and what we do for our community.
Well, culturally, I mean, it's a whole massive shift to the culture. Before we started recording, you mentioned this big graduation ceremony you're having for these alumni and the people that did the pro bono work, right? You're going to be there. You're going to be celebrating them. To quote you directly, you're like, I'm going to give them a hug, right? Congratulate them and hug them, right? I mean, it's just very endearing. And it's a culture that's different. It's not just, oh, come here for the buck. It's like, hey, we are really helping people. And that's what we do at the debtor bar, right? The debtor bar helps people, serves people. So it's a natural layup. Now, question, how many attorneys have you actually hired from that have been your students in NSU?
I
Do you
believe
remember?
3. I
3.
believe
Okay.
3.
You know what's fascinating about that? A common question I get all the time from our debtor attorneys is where to hire people. Right? I mean, it's hard to find people, good people. So you're hiring people who've not only, you know, want to come to work for you, you're hiring people who understand bankruptcy law, right? They've done hundreds of hours of legal work at the legal aid clinic, right? Am I missing something?
No, it's a natural pipeline,
It's
and
a
what I what I'm
you
and I've been doing it long enough now where people that I've mentored are mentoring other people, and it really creates this amazing impact and an amazing effect where I know that our chief judge keeps the numbers, but in the Southern District of Florida, like, our pro se filers are down because of this.
hmm,
And I know it has a direct correlation because, desperate people file pro se,
yeah.
but if there's pro bono help available, you're gonna see less of those happen. Obviously, there will always be pro se filers. Some just wanna go it alone. But the more pro bono volunteers that you have and the stronger community that you have that's giving back, the less people are going to go it alone. And there will always be a way to find a lawyer.
So, Jed, I got a question. Though you have all this information on your website about your pro bono work and your hours given. Have people ever taken advantage of that? Like, do you hear people calling in and like, oh, I want the free plan, right? I mean, I think that would be a concern of a debtor attorney, right? Like lowing out, hey, I've done 29,000 hours of free volunteer or free legal aid with my students. I want that free plan. Like, what do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and obviously they have to qualify for it.
Mhm.
So most of our clients are having financial issues. So most of the clients that are coming in, and that's why we offer payment plans, and we'll work with them. Obviously, those who qualify for pro bono, we're gonna invite them in with open arms. Um, it's easier for us because we do file a few hundred cases per month to just merge it into your practice. So what I would recommend doing is make it a percentage of your filings. If you're worried that pro bono may overrun, and there are probably certain areas out there where legal aid doesn't have any bankruptcy attorneys, and they can send you 40 a month, but if you only have staff to file 10 or 20 total cases a month, say, "You know what? I'm gonna take 2 a month," and just
Yeah.
let them know that every month, because 'cause I'm telling you guys, being on the board of legal aid for years now, having somebody that's consistent is so incredible where, okay, I can count on him or her for 2 cases per month. Here are those 2 cases that are gonna be taken care of, and the and you're gonna you're gonna run into some cases that aren't the best cases, but remember, you're not doing this to just feel good, or you're not doing this for any benefit to you. You're doing this because this is the right thing. This is the right thing as a bar that we should be doing. This is the right thing as a country that we have to do to protect our legal system. If you don't have access to your legal rights and the legal systems, you really are at a disadvantage.
Chad, I just love the way you, like, laid that out. I mean, it's in a time right now with the debtor bar, everyone's jammed, right? Like, we're all jammed. I mean, you had 400 retains, 300 something filings last month, and you're saying, "Hey, take a percentage." And so the people who are listening are saying, "My gosh, I don't have I'm doing 20 a month. I'm pulling my hair out. I hire a paralegal. I don't have time." And you're saying, "No, do 1 or 2 a month. Call legal aid and just say, 'Hey, I'm in it,' because it's the right thing to do." And I just what would you say to the attorneys watching that's saying, "I just don't have time?" Like, what would you say to that? Because
Just
yeah,
you all and we always have time, right? So the key is to anything, whether it's working out, eating healthy, integrate it into your day-to-day lifestyle, and that's how you make time. If you create this special thing saying, okay, this is going to be pro bono time over here, then you're never gonna get to it. So just integrate it into the practice, say, "Send me 2 candidates per month. Send me 1 candidate," whatever it's gonna be, and then just integrate it into your normal flow. This isn't a special client, this isn't a different client, this isn't a pro bono client. Like, for us, it's a Van Horn Law Group client. They could have paid us $100,000 or it could be free. If we're taking them on as a client, we're gonna deliver them with the services. It's not like, okay, since they're pro bono, it's only going to go to this paralegal who's going to practice on you, and we're going to put the newest associate at your 341 meeting. No, you're getting the same level of service as a pro bono client as you would any other client.
you're honoring the dignity of everybody, regardless of what they can pay, regardless of what they have. And there's really, I mean, is it a big surprise you've grown so fast, so quick? I mean, you know, listening to you, I mean, I always knew you were an operator. I always knew you were a good businessman. And this is a side of you that's like very touching. I mean, it does not surprise me of your growth because good things happen to good people. Chad,
I appreciate it, and it's something we don't talk about much because, again, we don't do it for accolades. We do it because it's the right thing. We do talk about it a little more because we are trying to encourage other people, and unless you shine a light on it, people don't know about the opportunity. So I certainly appreciate you doing this today, and hopefully this will motivate. If everybody that watches this takes 1 case,
that's it.
that's good. That's going to be tons of
One
people.
case a month.
Tons.
Like that's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah. Good deal. Chad Van Horn, thank you for your time.
Hey, thanks for having me.